Dear Sir, this correspondence to you is a good faith attempt on my part in which I seek my remedy. As you know, I have accepted for value this entire case and I am exempt from levy. In keeping with my position, please find attached to this correspondence my acceptance for value of the attached documents that I am in receipt of. As I have accepted for value this entire case, there is no controversy before this court, and before I can participate in the proceedings further, I have provided the following questions that I am in need of an answer for. 1. Are you, by virtue of your position and oath of office, a constitutor of government, and as such, are you the holder of my principal obligation by public policy? 2. Under public policy, can any contract be made requiring me to pay in anything? And then I attached HJR 192 to this. 3. By virtue of you holding me or attempting to hold me, substance, are you requiring me under force of arms and threat of incarceration to enter into a contract requiring performance from me that is against public policy? 4. Are you attempting to induce or coerce me into accepting by transfer the primary obligation by forcing me to pay either with Federal Reserve notes, incarceration, probation, community service, or a combination of all the above? Number 5. What is my remedy? Now, what have I said there? Let's talk about another word or two here. Do you know of any reason why I cannot pass judgment or sentence in this case? What does number 4 say here? Are you attempting to induce or coerce me into accepting by transfer the primary or principal obligation? Pass judgment. Pass sentence. Let's think about this in football terms. I'm the judge, I'm the quarterback, and I've got the ball. And it's a judgment and a sentence. And I need you to catch it when I pass it to you. So this is the play. Okay? Is there any reason why you can't catch this pass?
Legal determination.
No, not legal determination. I don't want to. Okay? Or you can say, sure, I'll take it. I'll accept it for value. Hand it here. Okay? Well, I don't want that conviction. Why not? It isn't you they convicted. It's a straw man. Well, that'll be on my record. Not if you close the case. Not if you close the account. When you close that account, nobody can get in it to look at your record. Nobody can assess points to your driving record if it's a closed account. It doesn't exist. You know what a plea bargain is? A 10-yard pass instead of a 50-yard pass. Okay? They're the holder of the principal obligation. They hold all the assets. You're the debtor. You have no money. They charge the straw man. They hold you as a surety. We're trying to become a creditor. Or we're trying to find out who the creditor is. Or we're trying to find out who the surety is. We're trying to find out who all the players are in this. And we have to act accordingly. We have to ask the question, Your Honor, if I'm the debtor, who's the creditor? Who's the surety? They don't want to answer that question either. If I'm the creditor, who has a superior claim? Who's the debtor and who's the surety? They don't want to answer that question. So you have to know what position that they're coming at you in, and the only way you can know that is by living it. by thinking about it, by going through it, and determining, okay, now what is it here that they want? And if they don't get a response from one question, they're telling you by their non-response they need another question. Okay? That's why they'll say, I'm going to appoint you an attorney because I think you're insane. They're doing that in California right now to one of my clients. They sent him to a psychiatric evaluation last week. The psychologist says he's competent to stand trial, but he can't represent himself. Wham! They give him a public pretender. Defender. So the public defender steps up to the plate, and so I said, okay, now what we need is the order from the judge appointing the public defender. Now we accept him for value. Okay? And now he's our agent, he's our surety. Because when the judge says, will the defendant please rise, he's going to be the first one up. He doesn't have any choice. He's there on behalf of that straw man. And that straw man's the defendant. They need you to stand up to take his place. Remember that show, those of us who are old enough to tell the truth? Remember one guy'd start up and then the other guy'd start up? Remember that? And then finally the real guy'd stand up? That's what they're doing. They're doing to tell the truth. And so I'm going to go, oh, did you stand? Okay? That guy takes the charge. He volunteered. He's going to go, hey man, you got to stand up. No, you're doing fine. I'm going to be just like this in this chair. They're not going to pry me up. Okay? They hold the principal obligation, and their sole function is to pass it to you. And that's all they're doing. That's why they ask you for everything. Is your name such and such? Yeah. Do you understand the charges? Yep. Do you know of any reason why I can't do this? Nope. That's why Judge Bork said there isn't one person in the United States incarcerated that didn't agree to be there. Okay? It's not a secret. We don't listen. And when we listen, we don't hear. And when we hear, we don't take a moment to stop and think about the words. That constitutor of government changed my life. Because now I understand what all of this is about. That person that holds my principal obligation is merely trying to pass it to me and make me hold it. And I'm saying, hand it here. I'll accept it for value and discharge it. Okay? I'll take the judgment, I'll take the conviction, hand it here so that I can close the account, because obviously you're not going to. That's why my friend in Texas says, my name's such and such, I'm here to contract. Who's first? That's what they're doing. They want a contract. Now, if you know what you're doing, you can walk in and do that. If you don't know, you better be a little more careful. But that's all that's taking place. That's all that's happening. They're just saying, hey, I'm holding this thing and I need you to hold it because I don't want it. All he really has to do is discharge the account and balance the books and close the account. Everybody gets paid. Okay? Because with that acceptance for value, they can apply any amount of money they want. My friend, who's the investigative reporter, described exactly what happens, and the IRS is the one that drew it out for him. They said, here's the way this works. I'll draw it for you. I'm not a very good artist. This down here represents our unlimited capacity. Okay? This is our unlimited capacity. It's a pool of time, labor, and energy. Okay? Each of us individually, some of us have a little more energy than others. Okay? But we all have the same amount of time. Some of us labor differently than others, but we all have the same amount of time. Okay? And we have an unlimited capacity to use that.